starter strips. The one that's unfinished on both edges goes to the front. The finished edge goes to the back. Countersinking helps with accuracy in placing these. Inch and 5/8 screw. You don't have anything to worry about on the other side. Drive it home. Top and bottom, you make sure they're flush with the laminate or just a little bit back. And this piece right here, you'll see later on, receives a trim piece. I still use an inch and 5/8, but you don't want to drive that home very far. You don't want to come through the other side. On the face here, it's the gray flushes out with the gray. Making sure that you're nice and flush to the front. Your first screw is going to be set from inside this tower cabinet. Making sure that we're low enough that we're below, just barely. We'll catch a screw here and down below, and I'll avoid putting one up here where it's even more visible. Going from this side because this is only 3/4 thick and we don't have to go through all that material to try to go that way. Each one of the cabinets needs a chase to pass all of your cabling through, both electric and data. And so what we typically do is, as you can see, I've just got a simple 3x3 square out of cardboard out to the long point, even that up, and then flush with the bottom, and then mark this upper corner. Where those cross is where you set your hole saw and drill out. I typically use a 2.5-inch hole saw. And I'll get that right away and we'll drill that out. And then I'll show you how to drill out the cabinet. Long point would hit right there, so I'm going to flush out with that edge, bottom, mark that upper corner. That's where I'm going to drill. Again, I'm marking that 30 inches and everything so I don't get up into the finish area. This cabinet sits lower and the rest of this is finished, and I don't want to get a screw up in here. So I mark it there, hold my screws down. use 5/8 as well, but I make sure as I look to the top that I position it far enough in that once I flush the head of the screw up, I'm not popping through the inside of the other cabinet. So I'm holding back about 3 inches down to 30. The same thing happens with this cabinet that I did right here. The chase hole has to be drilled out on both sides. So I'm showing it to you this way, but typically I'll set everything up. I'll drill all of the cabinets out. I'll drill all of the end panels out before I start assembling.